Hi guys, so welcome back guys, welcome back to ProForex 101. Hope everyone had a good weekend guys. So today is the 17th of June 2019 guys, the start of a new week. So for today guys, we're following, for this week, we're following these two pairs, okay? Euro yen and euro dollar. Okay, I'll try to focus on euro yen as promised. Okay, because when I was doing multiple pairs, I think some of us got confused. So for the purpose of the analysis, guys, we'll try to focus on euro yen, and you can follow euro dollar with it because it's a sister pair. Okay, basically they are in sync, right? So anyway, so we'll do the analysis for euro yen, and then briefly before we go, we'll have a look at euro dollar to get an idea of what this sister pair thing is. Okay, all right. So yeah guys, so last week with the fundamentals, okay, we've had some bearish sentiments for euro, okay, and some strong sentiment for yen. So I think this came out on Wednesday. Foreign investment in Japanese stock. It was actually no, that's forget that. That's yeah, it's not bearish or bullish. It's just neutral. It's okay. So we had some bullish sentiment with machinery orders. Okay, that was on Tuesday. What are the Japanese here? So okay, so that's way far back. So yeah guys, it's best to have a look at the previous week to see how the currencies performed. Okay, you can also see this on the charts. Okay, just by looking at euro yen, we know that okay, euro was weak and yen was strong. Okay, so basically euro went on a weak streak and yen was on a strong move. Okay, so with this in hindsight, we can try to say, okay, so we're going south, we want to see if we can catch this move further south, right? So I was looking at the pairs, and the best pair that I can pick out is euro yen. Okay, the reason being because we are already in a downtrend where we already had a higher high on the 4-hour charts. You can see clearly. Okay, and we are already in a downtrend, so which is great, okay, for our trade. So going back all the way, as you can see on the charts, we are coming down. Okay, this is what we need to see if we're going to be selling. Okay, so in terms of areas that I want to be selling on this pair, there's a very nice area in this 1.22 sorry, 1 second guys, 1.22 100 area. Okay, I rounded it off, but guys, you know, if you've been following me, that this is not a area that's set in stone. Okay, but I really like this area for the sell because look at how we've had some nice support in the past in this area. So let me just push it a little bit up, so it's touching this also, and we had resistance, support, and some support here. So we would really like to see the market react to this area. Okay, let me zoom in to get a better view of this whole thing. And also guys, I see a nice supply right here, which is just about where the support resistance line is. Okay, and anyway, you get more supplies further up here, but if the market reaches all these supplies, it's a bit too late, in the sense the selling pressure will go away. Okay, so for now, my area that I really want to concentrate on is this here. Okay, so yeah guys, so let's see how this plays out. Okay, so what we want to do to see is the market to head back up here and then drop, right? So this area is being created as a demand where we can push north from, which is great. Okay, because we want to be selling this pair, not buying this, right? And then depending on how deep we retrace, our initial target will be your recent low again, which is here. And we've got this guy here sitting here to contend with. He's okay, he's a big demand, so that's why on this pair it will be very nice if we can retrace deeper. Okay, so if we retrace all the way up here, we have about 60 pips to the recent target area. Okay, and if we manage to break this guy, we have another demand further south. Okay, so okay guys, so let's see how this technicals play out on this pair. Okay, and you can use whatever strategy you're using, guys, to get into this trade. Okay, actually let me leave this here. Okay, so you can use Fibonacci retracements or whatever. So if I put my Fibonacci's from top to the bottom, so this area that I'm interested in is right about the 38% area, right? See this? That's the line we drew, and that's where the supply is. So that's so everything is lining up in this area for by the looks of things. Okay. So yeah guys, hope technicals on Euro Yen are clear. Okay, so we want to be trying to get into this trade further up here, and so yeah, so past week the fundamentals that came out, they're in favor. Okay, and the fundamentals that we want to keep an eye out for this week, keep an eye out for this week are these. Okay guys, so for euro it'll be EU labor costs and CPI. So let's go to the calendar. So this will be coming out later today, in another 6 hours. Okay, the labor cost for EU. And then tomorrow we've got the CPI, which is very significant event. Yeah, it's a very significant event. And straight after that, followed by German ZEW survey. Okay, ZEW survey, economic sentiments. This is going to be a high impact indicator, guys. Okay, so follow these fundamentals with the trades. Okay, and for the Japanese yen, what we need to keep an eye out are these here: trade balance. Okay, import export, they're all part of the trade balance data. And foreign bond investment in Japanese stock, this will come out towards the week, I think. But here we go. So that'll be on Wednesday. And the next Japanese yen fundamentals to keep an eye out are the CPI data. Okay. So again, guys, as I explained yesterday, the post-trade analysis that I did earlier. So all these fundamental news will take turns in pushing the market up or down, right? So it all depends on how you follow it. Okay. Later on, guys, I'll try to do an educational session on exactly how to, a more deep session on how to follow fundamentals with your trades. Yes, the previous session, the previous live analysis, we touched it briefly, but yeah, it's a very important topic. Okay, so we'll try to get into that later on. So yeah, guys, so follow the euro yen pair, okay, for a sell, and Yeah, and I couldn't help myself, guys, so I had to put the other pair on, okay, because when you're trading you always need to follow the two or three pairs depending on how they behave. So before we go, I'll talk about euro dollar also. Okay, this is actually the sister pair for euro yen. All right. So I won't get into any fundamentals on euro dollar, but we'll just have a look at it quickly. Okay. So euro yen, this is the scenario we want to be selling, and just look at how euro dollar is doing. It's the same setup, right? We went up, strongly south. Euro yen, we went up, strongly south. Okay. So this is what we call a sister pair, because they are behaving similarly, which means most likely yen and US dollar, they are in sync, and that's why this has become a sister pair. And sometimes they won't be in sync, and sometimes they are. When they are in sync, it's good. Okay. So again, on euro dollar, we want to be selling somewhere in this area, and it goes hand in hand with euro yen, right? We want to be selling up here. So euro dollar, we want to be selling up here. Okay. So I see a nice support resistance area here. It's touching here. Let me zoom out. Yeah, that seems like a very nice area. Okay, so resistance, 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 resistance. We broke through rudely, support, and now we broke to the south rudely. Now we would like for this to become some resistance. Okay, and to get the bigger picture of euro dollar, it's I'll tell you the reason that I chose euro yen over euro dollar as the favorite pair. It's because euro dollar is actually looking a bit dodgy, in the sense it did double bottoms. Okay, so we were in a downtrend before, and now it did this. Okay, so before we were doing this, and then it sort of flatlined in here. Okay, now on euro dollar, so the question is this a higher high? Okay, if that is the case, markets are looking at going long. But if we're trying to go long, and if we're trying to buy here, then why are there so many sellers coming in? Okay, so that's a very it's like contradicting data, guys. So these types of setups, that's when the sister pair comes in handy, saying, hey, no, it's not a buy, we actually might still be selling. Okay, so, and also looking at euro dollar compared to how we went up, look at how we came down very strong. Okay, here we had big swings, here very strong move with only a little discoloration. Okay, so the strength of how we went up compared to how we came down is less. Okay, so that means how we came down is very strong, and how we went up is not that strong. Okay, yeah, you can measure the strength in many ways, but yeah. Okay, so yeah, guys, so this is the reason why I'm a bit hesitant to go for euro dollar, but most likely this is also going to sell with euro yen. Okay, right, so let me zoom back in, because when we are trying to look for trades, when the turnaround points come, this is what happens. Okay, so we have a low here, high, low, and then all of a sudden we breached all these highs and went up, which means we are looking at trying to go long. But this could be one of those traps. Okay, and looking at we're looking at scenario to go long, but these sellers are very strong also. So that's yeah, so that's the reason, guys. So anyway, that's the reason I didn't want to really pick out this trade. Okay, and euro yen is looking much better off in terms of higher time frame. I'm just going to zoom out. We are creating lower highs. Okay, and lower lows. Okay. All right. So yeah, guys, there's an elimination process that you need to go through on why you want to be on this pair and things like that. But yeah, it'll come slowly with experience. But yeah, so okay, guys. So I'm back to Euro Yen. Yeah. So we want to be trying to sell this further up here, and yeah. So if we sell this to the here, it's about 60 pips, and further south here about 100 pips, so that's pretty good. Okay, and guys, don't expect this trade to set up anytime today, right? It's not, these are not intraday trades. Most likely they'll set up sometime tomorrow or day after, depending on the fundamentals and how the market reacts. Okay, so you have enough time. This is this patience that you need to develop. Okay? And yeah, okay, guys, so let's see how these play out. I will post updates on our forum, okay, in here. If the trades are getting ready to set up, I will try to post some updates. So guys, please try to come into the forums, okay, and try to sign up. It's all free, okay, because also going forward we are thinking of keeping things in-house, these analysis, okay, maybe even the post-trade analysis. Yeah, we really don't want to be putting everything on YouTube, and it's the idea is to create a community where we can share ideas and chat with each other and trade together. So just putting these things on YouTube is actually defeating the purpose, in the sense people just watch the analysis, and there's no feedback or any participation. So yeah, we really want to create this community, guys, so we can trade together, because even myself, when I'm trading alone, it's a very boring life. When there's a community, it's very very engaging, and we can chat with people. It's like you're in an office. It'll come to a point when you're trading alone, you will get fed up of that lifestyle. Back in the day when I was in a 9-to-5 job, I really wanted to get a free lifestyle job, like being a trader, where you don't need to go into an office. But later on you just realize it's you start to miss it. And yeah, so anyway, guys, so try to come in and take part in the forums, guys, okay. And also we will be looking at once we hit maybe 500 members, we will be looking at restricting access to our forums also. So right now we only got about 10 members, guys, so you're more than welcome to sign up, okay. There's no hidden fees, right? So yeah, guys, okay. So yeah, guys, so let's see how this trade plays out. Going back to the post, Euro Yen, Euro Dollar, and yeah, and let's follow this through, guys, okay, through the week. And yeah, thanks for joining in, guys, and I will see you in the post-trade analysis and in the forums, guys. Bye for now.